So I'm college age. And you know what? In the modern world, now dating is less like how our parents and grandparents did. And now it's online, it's on the internet. Which personally I'm not a fan of. I don't like online dating. It's weird. It's really artificial. Despite just about all my past relationships for a couple years being from online dating apps. I know I'm a big hypocrite. But I will say it has made finding people with my interests a lot better. I've dated people with more of my political stance and my music taste and lifestyle preferences, which is cool. When before then I had dated conservatives. I've had two conservative girlfriends in my life, which were odd. But hey, personally, I'm not one to date a conservative. I think we'll clash a lot to where it's just too much to where we're just getting into debates and that just won't be fun anymore. And I think that's what a lot of people feel like. They want to date people with their same political stance. And that's why there is a conservative dating app called The Right Stuff. It's a conservative dating app, which is odd. They just put out a trailer for it, so let's see. I haven't been able to see all of it. I saw like a little snippet of it, but this is the full trailer.
Today, we brought in a group of conservative young women and wanted to get their honest opinions about what they're looking for in the guys they date. What are you looking for in a partner?
They just have to be a conservative.
Definitely someone that wants to have kids.
They just have to be a conservative. I am a fan of dating more people on the left, but they don't have to be. I could date a liberal, and in theory, I could date a conservative, as long as it's just not some weird, wacky shit. But, they have to be? No. No.
I like an independent man. Personally, I like the alpha male vibe.
I want a man who really loves his family.
Definitely someone whose faith is important to them.
For me, it's someone who actually wants to meet my parents.
I like how all of this implies liberal guys don't do any of this. Yeah, if being conservative is the only factor, if their politics is the only factor, that's a red flag. Run away. I don't care if how much you actually agree with the politics. If that is the only factor, that is the only thing in their life going on for them. Run. They don't enjoy their career. They don't have hobbies. They don't have that many friends. Scoot the boot and get out of there,
Why do you want to date a conservative?
For me, at least I know that we're going to start off with some shared values.
Fair.
Well, the conservative men I've dated at least know how to treat me like a woman.
In my personal experience, conservative
I guess
guys
fair.
have better manners.
No. No. I mean, I imagine, but conservative guys are also a lot more aggro, in my opinion, with their girlfriends. A lot more insecure. But I think it's also a cultural thing. Because liberal guys tend to come from the cities, way less manners. I come from the South. You get those manners beaten into you. I'm very respectful.
I like that they understand their role in the relationship as a man.
I just prefer my men to be masculine.
Fair. You can get that with liberal and lefty guys too. I'm pretty masculine, and I'm liberal lefty pinko scum. I say it every stream, but I'm traditionally a masculine guy. Most guys are. It's just left wing people are more open to where just letting you do your thing if you don't want to. Beta males are being promoted over dominant, though. I guess it really depends on your definition of things like that. Because there are a lot more effeminate guys, but they're more confident. And to me, confidence is what builds a strong alpha, right? If he's wearing makeup and he's, happy with himself, he's way more dominant than the guy who's just ripping with muscles, but cries himself to sleep every night, Personally, that's how I feel.
And what's the biggest red flag when it comes to dating?
A Democrat.
No Democrats.
A Democrat.
Can't be a Democrat.
A Democrat.
That's easy. A Democrat.
No Democrats. So no.
Find
None
the right match.
whatsoever.
Download the right stuff today.
It's so funny. I wanted to download it so bad. I wanted to run it on stream, like make an account, do all that shit. It's only for Apple, and I'm broke as shit, so I don't have Apple. It's upsetting. It's very upsetting. I tried to get like an iOS emulator to run, but those cost money. Those cost money. You can get BlueStacks and other Android emulators for free. Why the fuck is iOS emulators free? I'm not going to get into that. Of course, no Android version makes sense if it's only one platform. Supporting Apple is supporting fat. Hey, honestly, yeah, I'm in computer science, and fuck iOS. I hate it. I really do. It's painful. The when the average seemed like they were trying to play a part. Oh yeah, no, they were. Yeah, they 100% were playing a part. But fuck iOS. Fuck Mac OS. Specifically Mac OS. I hate it so much. At least with Apple, you get the whole thing of like, oh, at least it looks smooth when I switch apps, even though the fucking CPU is about to explode. But at least it looks smooth. You don't get shit with Mac. But let's not turn this into a tech debate, because I have enough of those in my daily life. I want to talk about like this app specifically, because it's funny. They put out this ad because right now it's not going well for them. They are seeing way more men on this app than they are women at an astonishing rate, because there's going to be more men on dating apps than women naturally, you know? But like, yeah. This one's even worse because they're conservatives. I like beef, guns, big trucks, money, and exercise every day, and work at a blue-collar job, and no debt, never had an issue. All right, cool. I like beef. I like guns. I don't like big trucks. I like small trucks. I'm a Tacoma fan. Real truck fan. I like money. I like not being poor. And I exercise, well, I guess every day. Don't lift every day, but I lift most days. But yeah, doing that shit because I want to. But it's like, I would not doubt that one of the questions. I would love to, because maybe in a different stream I'll come back to it and I would have had an account and we'll just go through some of the shit that's happened. That sounds like fun. I will do that, but I need Apple. I'll get that worked out. I'll figure it out. I got an idea. I got an idea. We'll figure it out. I think I know how to do it. We'll figure it out. But I want to talk about like why there's more men on there. Because women are not getting on the app, surprisingly enough. But let's find out why. Because I can tell you why, but let's hear it. The new pro-Trump dating app backed by right-wing tech billionaire Peter Thiel, has not even launched yet, but it's already facing lots of rejection. The Right Stuff scheduled to debut this month with co-founder by former Trump bodyman and inspired matchmaker John McEntee, who recruited the sister of former White House press secretary Kayleigh McEntee. Of course her name is spelled like that. Kayleigh's sister, Ryan McEntee, is particularly suited for the job. She has 146,000 Instagram followers, mostly young conservatives, and has been assigned a particularly tough task of convincing attractive conservative women to sign up. Her basic pitch, according to Instagram messages reviewed by the Daily Beast, is a mix of flattery and exclusivity. Hi, I'm working with John McEntee's team on an exclusive conservative dating app called The Right Stuff that's expected to launch this summer. We would love for you to get on our list for early access to the app. That's so fucking sad that they're having to go into DMs and trying to like recruit one by one to get on the ad. It's so weird. I also feel like using any dating app, you open yourself to be judged more harsh. Oh, 100%. If you're insecure, don't go on dating apps. Please, for the love of God, stay away. Also, maybe women who are really attractive brings up the question to men of why they need it. That's true. Yeah. Never lived in the cities, and my big truck is full steel. Hey, shout out to you. Also, I like cheaper gas. That's another reason. why I like small trucks. And thanks for following Pandora Mask. What's up? We're talking about like why conservative women are not getting on this this app and why they're having to fucking recruit women one by one. So, all right. This one's going to get into like why just women don't really go to conservatism, why the same way men do. Because more if you're a man, you're way more likely to be a conservative than a woman. And that's mainly because women's rights. You know, that's just kind of, yeah. Logical assumption of women not on dating app is because women want control over love, maybe? Right, women are bitches like most. Lol. Yeah, it's mainly because most people nowadays probably want an equal relationship. Now, let's talk about like what an equal relationship wants. So most people, you know, it's a fair assumption that most people want like the traditional masculine, feminine roles in a relationship. That's a fair assumption. But they at least want legal, you know, like equal rights in the relationship. Like if the woman wants the job, she can go get the job. She can have whatever job she wants and stuff like that. And conservatives aren't really getting into that, right? Especially when you're dating. It's one thing, like I'm glad you guys are getting ahead of it into contraceptives. It's one thing when you're dating, it's another thing when you're married. Dating, you're likely to canoodle. Am I right? Well, hey, the woman's probably going to want birth control and the option to have an abortion. The conservative man's probably not going to want to. And if they're on an app specifically to find conservatives, that man is not a man that most people are going to want because he's going to bring it up immediately. Like I remember, like I go to the church here. I'm Catholic, but the church I went to was more centrist than the right-leaning. This one is way more conservative and is way more pro-life than the one I went to. To the point when I walked in and I was like, hey, I'll talk to some of the kids around here. One of the first things I got asked was, have you ever been to the pro-life march in DC? And of course I just went, no, who has money to go to DC? And he was like, well, you find the money for the cause you really believe in, just like Jesus said. I was like, I don't think Jesus said that, but okay. It's like, that's the kind of level of like person and like shit like that, right? So most women aren't going to really be into that kind of person. You know what I mean? It's just, I'd rather spend that money going to Burning Man. I'd rather spend that money on eating because mommy and daddy aren't paying for my school. But yeah, it's just, it's simple like why women aren't getting on this app. It's because these men want a more dominant stance over the relationship and not just like the traditional, oh, I'm the masculine one, so therefore I open doors and I pay for your dinner. No, there's more of just like what I say is the final opinion because that's how my peepaw raised me. No one really wants to be with those guys. Like the guys on this app are going to be far worse than the conservative guy on Tinder, right? Because the guy on Tinder is at least on Tinder because he's like, oh, fine, whatever. You know? I meant in terms of causes I believe. Oh, fair, yeah. I'd rather donate to Food Not Bombs, you know, feeding, you know, homeless people than going to DC and walk around, right? Yeah, I am old-fashioned and single. I mean, I'm fairly old-fashioned myself. I think that I should be the one to work because, hey, that's my queen, you know? That kind of thing. That's how I was raised. But if that's not what she wants, then that's not what she wants, you know? And if I like her, then I'll stand to change it. But if I don't, then it's just like it didn't click, you know? It's not because like it's liberal women, they just don't like the conservative men. That's just weird. You know? I mean, it's simple. Why it's happening, it's simple. I just really think it's funny that they're having to go into Instagram DMs and be like, hey, join my app, like a spam bot, but it's not. It's actual people having to play the spam bot. It's really funny. I just think it's hilarious, you know?